So this is pretty much an open letter to Peter Nerona's office, to the city of Pawtucket, to Don Grebian, to Tina Gonzalez, to John Trentonzo, to our brave firefighters. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? It has been months since the city got rid of 8 firefighters. Now, I know the number is higher, but Peter Nerona's office was looking at, to see if there could be criminal charges. And over a month ago, he found it to be really a nothing burger. But we were going to find out some information. We found out nothing. We absolutely found out nothing from Peter Nerona's office. This is not surprising when it comes to Peter Nerona's office. I'm very sure that this is in some way helping the city of Pawtucket out, maybe helping Tina out, which I can't imagine that Peter Nerona's office would be helping Tina. This is where I'm having a hard time. But I mean, with Tina's track record, right? So I can't imagine that this is a cover up for Tina. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, because if this is truly just over text messages or something like that, and I saw something or heard something about Vince Regasta or whatever, he's got something to say about how terrible this is. Please enlighten us. What is so terrible? Because we're lost. We're lost as to why we had so many firemen, so many members of the fire department removed, whether it be made to retire or were fired. I'm still lost. I'm sure that, I'm getting a lot of people saying, well, whatever happened to that story? That was going to be a big story, right? So these men, and I don't think that there are any women that were let go. Tell me again. They're without a job, and we're still without answers to questions. Now, when I say I'm not surprised as it relates to Peter Nerona's office, Peter Nerona's office was well aware. Now, as far as I know, these firemen did nothing criminally, right? Nothing. There was no crime. Even Don Grebian said, it was more that they kind of embarrassed their profession or whatever. However he said it. You know who's a big fucking embarrassment? Don Grebian. Don Grebian is a big embarrassment. So I'm not surprised when it comes to Peter Nerona's office. But what is telling? So let's talk about what is pretty telling. The fact that he's more worried about text messages from 3 years ago than the fact that the Pawtucket Police Department sent people to my home from out of state to do me harm. Now, as far as I know, these text messages was it that they were going after somebody? What was it? Because I don't think that that's what it was about, right? But the Pawtucket Police Department can put people's lives in danger in an uncontrolled attack. Uncontrolled. With the nutcases. So anyway, and Peter Nerona's office knew the whole time what was happening. But he's worried about some firefighters' text messages from 3 years ago. When things are brought to his attention, and he does nothing about the Pawtucket Police Department and Tina Gonzalez's involvement with the Pawtucket Police Department's attack on two private citizens. But let's go a little further, too. Did Tina Gonzalez lie in an affidavit that she submitted with Frank Milos' name to the Attorney General's office? And did the Attorney General's office find that she lied with signing that? And we're not talking about that. We're not talking about this person that probably got rid of 8, 12, 15 of our heroes, and she can lie. She can lie on a firefighter that risked his life to change the report to reflect something, to make it seem like she wasn't responsible as the public safety director to make sure that our firefighters were safe. She wanted things changed so the city didn't look bad, maybe for less of a lawsuit. Now let's talk about, I know that there was something, and I don't even know what it was, some kind of ordinance that Tina wants to add, a surcharge on something, or, she wants to charge more. We should be fucking charging her. We should be charging her. What about Montero? Christine Cole case. How much did that cost the taxpayers? So you're going to pay for her fuck-ups. And, by the way, she thinks that the people in the city of Pawtucket, or, people that, get tickets or whatever, should have, like, this extra surcharge or extra fee or whatever. Really? Really? Because you haven't taken enough from this community? You haven't taken enough with Susan Cormier, with the James Bainos, with the Daniel Dolans, with now the firefighters, and you haven't taken enough from our community, huh? And what is the cap? What is the cap of how many lawsuits that have to do with Tina Gonzalez? How many? And how many times now is she going to be able to go and testify in court? Because I'm going to show up. In case you don't realize it, I will be there. I will be giving this paperwork out. And the first question is, have you ever lied under oath? It was seen by the Attorney General's office, so I'm sure that they have you written somewhere, right? And that's where I need to find that. That paper where it lists Tina Gonzalez, Chief of Police, Pawtucket, lied to the Attorney General's office, signed a sworn affidavit that what was on that paper was true when she knew she lied. She knew she was lying. And Montero, he gets a lawsuit. $1 million, yes, we ruined your life. And she then, in the same article, wants to put that target right back on his back. Out of control. Out of control. Let's pull them up. How many lawsuits have come because of Tina's involvement, either a cover-up or retaliation, bullying, defaming people's character, lying on somebody, lying about what she has done. I'm coming forward. And I'm asking, has Tina Gonzalez and this administration ruined the lives of these firefighters? The fire department members the people that show up to help you, not to bully you, not like the police department. They don't call people to go to people's houses to harm them and all that. And the other thing, and if you don't think that this is telling, Tina Gonzalez was very well aware of Brian Beech and James Baino and their connection, along with her connection with this whole James Baino thing, right? With the Turtle Boy Sports and everything else. Where is the paperwork warning that this person that did this in our city is now going to be moving on to another city with that same presence of, with a gun, with a badge, being able to abuse people? And then he went from there, East Providence, down to New Shoreham, where he ended his career. He ended his career as a police officer because they weren't going to put up with the bullshit. But Tina covered the bullshit. So, I mean, you know, what did you think? That he was just going to carry on and he was going to change his ways? You knew who he was when he was in the city of Pawtucket. You knew what he did to citizens in the city of Pawtucket. And you allowed him to just float away without any kind of accountability for what he did. And Peter Nerona's office, just as bad, because they knew that my life and somebody else's life was in harm's way. They knew that we had targets on our backs. They knew it. So I did make a call to Peter Nerona's office yesterday. I'm going to be putting out, videos and things like that as it relates to what Tina Gonzalez has done in this city and how Peter Nerona's office is sitting there. And we're still waiting for this big announcement of some big criminal charge. Are we waiting still on James Baino? Because Peter Nerona's office was okay with the Pawtucket Police Department sending people to my home. So I'm just wondering what level of, hey, Don, disgracing your career or your position or whatever. Really? Because when I went to you to tell you about what was going on, your two words were stay safe. Stay safe. There was nobody that was protecting me. Nobody. They called for it. Why don't you double check with Dave Holden and what he said? Very well aware of what James Baino did and was able to continue on. Right, Dave? Right, Dave? You remember that day? Remember that day? Teaching you your job, but I couldn't teach you on my phone because I was taping you. You remember that day, Dave? Very well aware. And very well aware that that James Baino continued on. Who's responsible for that? And when I reached out to New Shoreham, did New Shoreham reach out to Pawtucket before the incident in New Shoreham? I don't know. Did Pawtucket reach out to New Shoreham to warn them? Probably not. We're going to find out. So anyway, hey Peter, I know you're quick with, gotta get people prosecuted, and I'm having a problem with this one, huh? You a little lost? It's probably because Tina probably lied to you. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, if you're a known liar, then you really shouldn't be believing anything that comes out of her mouth.